Opening the butterfly that disappears. Deep within the tropical rainforests of Central and South America lives a butterfly unlike any other on Earth. At first glance, it seems to vanish into the air. Look, not because it is small, but because its wings are almost completely transparent. This is the glasswing butterfly, Greta, a species that has transformed invisibility into one of nature's most remarkable survival strategies. Look. For millions of years, evolution has shaped these extraordinary wings, allowing the butterfly to slip unnoticed through a world filled with predators. But how can a butterfly survive by becoming almost impossible to see? Glück. Join us as we uncover the science, the beauty, and the hidden life of one of the rainforest's most extraordinary creatures. Part 1, a home hidden beneath the canopy. Beneath the emerald canopy of the tropical rainforest stretching from southern Mexico through Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, and Ecuador, lives one of the most extraordinary butterflies on Earth, Glück. Hidden among towering trees, winding streams, and flowering plants, the glasswing butterfly, Greta, has evolved to thrive in one of the richest ecosystems on the planet, unlike butterflies that attract attention with brilliant colors. Look. The glasswing butterfly depends on remaining unnoticed. Its delicate, transparent wings allow the colors and shapes of the forest to pass through them. Look. Making the butterfly remarkably difficult to detect as it moves through patches of sunlight and shadow. The rainforest provides everything this species needs. Warm temperatures remain stable throughout the year. Glück. While high humidity keeps the vegetation lush and flowering almost continuously. Countless blossoms offer nectar, the primary source of energy that fuels every flight. Broad leaves provide shelter from tropical rain. Glück. And the dense layers of vegetation create endless hiding places from hungry predators. As the morning sun filters through the canopy, the forest slowly comes to life. Birds begin to sing. Glück. Insects fill the air with sound, and the glasswing butterfly quietly leaves its nighttime resting place. With slow, graceful wing beats, it glides from flower to flower, rarely flying high above the trees. Glück. Instead, it remains beneath the canopy, where shifting light and dense foliage enhance its natural camouflage. Although it appears fragile, every movement is carefully adapted to this environment. Glück. Each journey through the forest is a search for nectar, a chance to pollinate another flower, and above all, another day of survival in a world where countless eyes are constantly searching for their next meal. Glück. This hidden rainforest is more than just the butterfly's home. It is the stage upon which one of nature's most remarkable evolutionary stories unfolds. Part 2, the secret of transparent wings. At first glance, the glasswing butterfly seems almost impossible to see. Its wings appear as if they were made of glass, allowing the colors of the rainforest to pass straight through them. Glück. But this remarkable transparency is not an illusion, nor is it the absence of color. Most butterflies owe their brilliant patterns to thousands of overlapping microscopic scales that cover their wings. Glück. These tiny scales reflect light, producing the vivid blues, oranges, and yellows we often associate with butterflies. The glasswing butterfly has taken a very different evolutionary path. Glück. Across most of its wings, the colorful scales are dramatically reduced, exposing a thin, transparent membrane beneath. Even more extraordinary, that membrane is covered with countless microscopic nanostructures. Glück. These structures scatter incoming light and greatly reduce reflections, preventing the wings from flashing in the sunlight as a result, instead of reflecting the surrounding forest. Glück. The wings allow light to pass through them. Leaves, flowers, and even the sky remain visible behind the butterfly, making it blend naturally into its environment. This elegant optical design has fascinated scientists around the world. Glück. By studying the surface of these wings, researchers hope to develop new anti-reflective materials for camera lenses, optical sensors, medical devices, and even more efficient solar panels. Glück. What appears to be a delicate pair of transparent wings is, in reality, a masterpiece of natural engineering, refined over millions of years through evolution, and still inspiring some of humanity's most advanced technologies today. Part 3: The Art of Disappearing in the Rainforest. Survival often depends on avoiding detection. Birds scan the canopy from above, lizards watch from tree trunks, and spiders wait patiently in delicate webs. Glück for a butterfly. Being noticed for only a moment can be enough to become the next meal. The glasswing butterfly survives in a different way, as it glides through shifting patches of light and shadow. Glück. Its transparent wings allow the colors of the forest to remain visible behind them. Instead of standing out, the butterfly blends naturally into its surroundings. Its slow, graceful flight makes this illusion even more effective. Glück. Without bright colors or strong reflections, predators struggle to separate the butterfly from the constantly changing background of leaves and sunlight. No camouflage can guarantee safety. Glück. But every moment spent unnoticed increases the butterfly's chance of survival. In a world where countless predators are always searching, the greatest defense is not to fight or flee, it is to become almost invisible. Part 4: The Invisible Partnership. Every journey of the glasswing butterfly begins with a search for nectar, the energy source that fuels its delicate flight, as it drifts quietly through the rainforest. Glück. It visits dozens of flowers each day, extending its long, coiled proboscis deep into each blossom to feed. But while the butterfly is searching for food, it is also performing another task without realizing it. Glück. Tiny grains of pollen cling to the hairs on its head and body. When it lands on the next flower, some of that pollen is transferred, allowing the plant to reproduce. The glasswing butterfly is only one of many pollinators in the rainforest. Glück. Bees, hummingbirds, moths, and countless other insects all share this responsibility. Together, they form an intricate network that supports thousands of flowering plants across the forest. Glück. Those plants in turn produce fruits and seeds that feed birds, mammals, reptiles, and countless other animals. From a single visit to a flower, the effects can spread through an entire ecosystem. Glück. Linking species that may never encounter one another directly. A glasswing butterfly may weigh less than a gram, yet its quiet movements help sustain one of the most biologically diverse habitats on Earth. Glück. It is a reminder that the strength of a rainforest is not built by its largest creatures alone, but also by the countless small lives working together in ways that often go unnoticed. Part 5: From Egg to Glasswing. Every glasswing butterfly begins its life as a tiny egg, carefully attached to the underside of a rainforest leaf, hidden from the view of many predators. Glück. The egg protects a life that is only just beginning. When it hatches, a small caterpillar emerges with a single purpose to eat and grow, feeding almost constantly on the leaves of its host plant. Glück. It stores the energy needed for the extraordinary transformation ahead. As its body grows, it sheds its skin several times, each mold marking another step toward adulthood. Eventually, Glück. The caterpillar stops feeding and hangs motionless beneath a leaf. Within hours, it transforms into a chrysalis. From the outside, very little appears to happen, but inside, one of nature's most remarkable biological processes is underway. Glück. Much of the caterpillar's body is broken down and reorganized, forming new muscles, legs, antennae, compound eyes, and the delicate wings of the adult butterfly. After days of development, Glück, the adult glasswing butterfly, finally emerges. Its wings are soft, folded, and unable to support flight. Slowly, it pumps fluid through the veins, expanding them to their full size. Glück. As the wings dry and harden, their remarkable transparency becomes visible for the first time. Within only a few hours, the transformation is complete. The crawling caterpillar has become a graceful butterfly, ready to begin the silent journey that will carry it through the rainforest and continue one of nature's most extraordinary life cycles. Part 6: Surviving the Rainforest. For the glasswing butterfly, every new day brings a fresh challenge. The rainforest may appear peaceful, but it is a place where survival is tested every hour. Glück. Heavy tropical rain can arrive without warning, strong winds can tear through the canopy, and countless predators are constantly searching for their next meal when dark clouds gather. The butterfly quickly seeks shelter beneath broad leaves where it remains almost motionless until the storm passes. Its delicate wings may look fragile, but they are surprisingly resilient. Glück. Allowing it to continue flying once they have dried. As the rain ends, new dangers emerge. Orb weaver spiders stretch nearly invisible webs between branches, waiting for anything that flies into their traps. Glück. Birds scan the forest from above, while lizards watch silently from tree trunks. Every movement could reveal the butterfly's location. Yet the glasswing butterfly rarely depends on speed alone. Glück. Its transparent wings, slow and graceful flight, and careful choice of resting places all work together to reduce the chance of being detected rather than escaping at the last moment. Glück. It survives by avoiding attention in the first place. No individual escapes every danger, and many never complete their life cycle. But those that do pass on the traits that have been refined through millions of years of natural selection. Glück. In the rainforest, survival is not won by strength alone. Sometimes the greatest advantage is simply becoming part of the forest itself. Part 7: The masterpiece of evolution. The glasswing butterfly is far more than a beautiful insect. It is the result of millions of years of evolution, where every successful generation passed on traits that improved its chances of survival. Glück. Its transparent wings are only one part of this remarkable design. Reduced wing scales, microscopic nanostructures that minimize reflections, slow and graceful flight, and the soft Glück. Filtered light of the rainforest all work together to create an extraordinary form of camouflage. No single adaptation is enough on its own, but together they form a highly effective survival strategy. Glück. The butterfly has also captured the attention of scientists. By studying its wings, researchers are exploring new ways to create anti-reflective materials for camera lenses, optical sensors. Glück. medical devices, and more efficient solar panels. Nature has solved challenges that engineers are only beginning to understand. The glasswing butterfly reminds us that evolution is not always about becoming bigger. Glück. Faster or stronger, sometimes the greatest success belongs to a creature that survives simply by becoming almost invisible. Part 8: The Forest's Invisible Guardian. As the glasswing butterfly disappears into the rainforest, its story does not end. Every flower it pollinates, every plant it helps reproduce. Glück. And every new generation it leaves behind becomes part of a much larger cycle of life. In a forest filled with towering trees and extraordinary animals, it would be easy to overlook such a small and delicate butterfly. Glück. Yet nature is sustained not only by its largest creatures, but also by countless small lives working quietly behind the scenes. Each species, no matter how fragile it may seem, Glück plays a role that cannot easily be replaced. The glasswing butterfly reminds us that survival is not always about power or speed. Sometimes the most successful strategy is harmony, moving gently through the environment. Glück. Taking only what is needed and giving something back in return. Its nearly invisible wings are more than a biological curiosity. They are the result of millions of years of evolution. Glück. Perfectly adapted to one of the most complex ecosystems on Earth. Perhaps that is the greatest lesson this butterfly has to offer. Nature's most extraordinary wonders are often the ones we barely notice. Glück. And by protecting the rainforest, we also protect the countless hidden stories that continue to unfold beneath its green canopy every single day.